Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review, Maple, we can have ourselves a ramblin' good time. It was really hard to come up with anything. I already did the Ramblin' Man one. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and ignore the elephant in the room. We'll save that for the end talk, just so I can update things. Anyway, this week, as part of the Ramblin' trilogy, which is still currently going on despite the long delay, I've decided to go ahead and do the Maple Ramblin' root beer, which will leave butterscotch for next time, which I'm somewhat excited for in a not so excited way. You'll understand probably when it happens, but we don't know. We all don't know, but I do have a sorted relationship with butterscotch root beers. Tend not to be a big fan of them. Anyway, doesn't matter right now. We're doing maple. So let's go ahead and get right into the ingredients. So, of course, let's go ahead and get into the ingredients, which should appear right there. Which, that's a lot easier to point to from this point of view. Anyway, I'll be totally honest with you. If you go back and watch the last review, these ingredients are almost exactly the same. The only one difference between these and the regular Ramblin' root beer is it says cane sugar on the bottle instead of just sugar. So, and anyone that knows anything about labeling of sugar on drinks should also know that sugar is one of those weird things to label because it could be sugar, it could be corn syrup, it could be anything. However, the bottle does claim, as you can see right there, maybe if you can read it, it says real sugar. So I am going to I'm going to assume the best and assume that it really is sugar. As you can see, the label, slightly different color from the Ramblin', and of course the Maple logo. Otherwise, like I said, it's almost the same exact ingredients as the regular Ramblin' root beer. So, let's go ahead and open it up and take a little sniff and see how it smells. All right, let's go ahead and crack this open. Get ourselves a little scent, okay? Oh, wow. Okay. Maple. I mean, it's on the bottle. It smells like I just opened up a bottle of syrup. Let me go ahead. That is all I smell. All I smell is maple. I don't smell root beer. I don't smell vanilla. I smell maple. It literally smells like opening up a bottle of syrup. And quite frankly, as much as I enjoy the taste of maple syrup, as most people do, I don't think I want a root beer that tastes like drinking maple syrup. I don't think people want to drink maple syrup. Maybe some of you do. Maybe some of you do. But I don't. I'm not one of those people. So I'm going to go ahead and hope against hope that the maple is not an overpowering flavor and more of an accent on top of whatever the root beer will taste like. So let's go ahead and let's check out the foam and let's check out the pour and do that. Let's do that together. So here's hoping that the trusty mug doesn't just immediately explode when being touched by this root beer. Even though the root beer is cool, that mug's been sitting in the fridge for like 3 weeks waiting to be used again. So, yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen. But let's go ahead and check this out, okay? Harder to get out the second time, anyway. Oh, it's got a little bit of foam. Not a lot. But long lasting. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Wowie zowie. Okay. I mean, maple. I don't know what else to say. It's so maple. I would argue, at least at this point, I haven't actually drank the actual soda yet. The foam, which I gotta say, most foams taste kind of terrible. I shouldn't say that. Most foams don't have much flavor at all, though. They don't share the same flavor as the root beer itself. This foam, because it tastes like maple, I would argue is one of the better ones. That's for sure. Because it does actually have a flavor, a noticeable flavor. You know, your likes and your things that you like vary. So whether or not you want a very, again, we're talking about drinking maple. I'm so close to calling this a maple soda instead of a root beer at this point, but let's go ahead and drink the drink. Let's power on through, guys. Let's find out how mapley is this maple root beer. All right, let's go ahead and try out. As you can see, the foam's all gone now, so it does dissipate pretty quick. Anyway, bottoms up. This is a weird one. So I would put this in the rare category of being maybe too sweet. I think the sugar that's naturally in the drink, plus the maple flavor, makes it a little too sweet. I will say, as you're drinking it, the flavor evolves, and it's really in a really negative way. And what I mean by that is, so the first drink you take, it just tastes like a really sweet root beer. The aftertaste, however, is like you just had a fresh batch of pancakes, you know, and not waffles, pancakes. Team pancakes. Anyway. So it tastes very, it's not a bad aftertaste at first, however. Now normally, here's the thing. Normally, if you're going to go ahead and drink a root beer, you're not going to, maybe you're not going to drink it all within just a few seconds of sitting here, because you're not doing a review like I am. Normally, you would maybe take your time with it a little bit. Obviously, you want it to stay cold. Maybe, like, I'm using a chilled mug, for example, right? If you were using ice to keep this chilled, maybe it would water down the effect a little bit. What I'm trying to get to is that the aftertaste, as you drink it, like, grows. And it grows, and it grows, and it kind of becomes overpowering. Until, like, if you're enjoying the maple, if you're enjoying the root beer of it all, which is there while you're drinking it, when it's on your tongue, it tastes like an overly sweet root beer. Which, again, not great, but what it is. However, the more you drink of it, the more the maple gets stronger, the more it overpowers everything else to a point where it's kind of gross. So yeah, that's that about the taste. So let's go ahead and just get into the actual review and finish this one off. So a review for this one. As you can tell by my description of the taste, clearly this isn't one that I absolutely love. Ranking it's hard because, well, no, it shouldn't be hard, because here's the thing. Even if it starts out tasting good, the more you drink of it, the worse it gets, that's odd. That's an odd thing, that something tastes worse the more you drink it. So I think originally I was going to give this one a C, because I really wasn't having that much trouble with it. But sitting with it for a little while. And let me tell you something too. I'm still tasting maple. A lot of these beers, the aftertaste, you kind of have it for the moment, but you don't, it leaves after, it doesn't wear out its welcome. This is wearing out its welcome. I'm not enjoying the taste of maple for this long. So I think I have to go ahead. I'm gonna give it a D. Which I really didn't expect to do because we got butterscotch coming up, and I figured I'd be saving the D. For the butterscotch, and apparently not. Apparently, I'm bringing it up for the maple here, and like I said, like it's such an odd duck because it starts out fine. When I took that first sip of it, I was like, this is a C. I'm not crazy about the aftertaste, but the root beer itself tastes fine. But again, like I said, if you keep drinking it, everything, it just gets overpowering, the maple flavor. And that's why I think I got to give it a D, because I didn't like how it tasted at the end. It tasted worse at the end than it did at the start. So, yeah. D. I'm giving it a D. And that's it. So it's been a minute since I've put up a review, which was supposed to not happen because I was supposed to record them through the days and everything. So that way I had a bunch of them lined up. So that way I wouldn't have to worry about this sort of thing happening. Which I did do that for a few weeks, and then I spent through all of them and realized, hey, I hadn't actually recorded any more since then. And then once I kind of got to that point where I was like, well, I need to record another one, something else came up. I went to a local micro center and stumbled upon a 30 series graphics card and decided to build a whole new computer. So it's been kind of through the cannibalizing of the old PC, building this one, and then getting all the parts together and realizing that while I was able to find a rare GPU, the CPUs were impossible to find, specifically the 5900 AMD. I'm sure a lot of people watching these root beer reviews cares a lot about computer building. Who knows? Maybe they do. So yeah, it took about a week longer than expected to build the computer. And then once I got everything all built and everything, kind of readjusted things, and that is why the camera is in the mode that it is in. This is more of a testing sort of thing. So if you prefer, if people in the comments or whoever prefers the old camera angle, I'd be happy to do that. Also, let me go ahead and play with this real quick while I have you all locked and watching this. Hold on. I'm also experimenting with something called NVIDIA Broadcast, which gives me this nice, wonderful blur to the background here. Problem is that it's wonderful. It uses its AI to like track your body, so everything behind you looks blurry. Problem is parts that aren't your body, such as this, as you can see, also become blurry. But as long as my body is touching it, it isn't. So it's kind of strange that way. It's interesting. It's really cool. And I do like the blur effect. It's a lot cheaper being free than buying like a 16 millimeter lens. That's like $400. So I'm doing this for now. However, if everyone thinks that it's really distracting and really terrible, here's what it looks like without. Jesus. Here's what it looks like without the blur. So yeah, if you like it or if you don't like it, go ahead and say something in the comments. I'm gonna turn it back on for now because I do like the way that it looks, but I can understand how it could be distracting for someone watching. So that's what I've been doing. Like I say, I always like to keep you guys updated. If you liked the review, if you've liked things in the past, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and like, go ahead and comment. And I especially would appreciate the comments this time because of obviously the things that I asked. And other than that, I hope... Oh, that's harder to do from this angle. Hold on. I hope you had a good time. Maybe, I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a good... No. It's kind of highly. I don't know. I'll stay away from that. I hope you had a good time.